Hello, Somerville High School families. Mr. Foley here, welcoming you back to a brand new school year. To all of our incoming freshmen and new students, welcome to the Ville. To all of our students who have been virtual and are returning, I am so happy that you will soon be physically walking the halls of Somerville High School. It is great to have you all back in our building. As you probably know, our first day of school is Friday, September the 3rd. I am very excited and I look forward to seeing everyone. So, as we all know, to say that last school year was challenging is an understatement. While I know our teachers and support staff did an amazing job educating and providing services to students in a hybrid learning environment, I believe that an in person environment is a superior learning platform. It's better for our students' academic growth, but it's also better for their social and emotional growth. Now, having said that, I know that we are still in the middle of a pandemic, and it is our responsibility to put measures in place to foster a healthy and safe school learning environment. And we will continue to do so. As you will see, we are trying to make this school year as normal as possible for our students. But we must also realize that it is still not traditional. Our students and staff must still wear masks and do their best to continue to practice socially distant behavior. As our guidance from national, state, and local officials continues to change, who knows what the future will bring, but for now, I am simply grateful for your return. So, the video that you are about to see essentially mirrors that of my back to school letter. It contains the same information in a brief summary and just different format. The letter itself does go into more detail and has informational links that you will or may need to access down the road. So please keep that letter handy as you may need to reference it in the future. So, again, welcome back. What you see before you is the 2021 2022 topics that we are going to briefly review in this video. We'll talk about the bell schedule. We'll also talk a little bit about things that we feel you should do before sending your child to school. Grade level doors are still in place for this year. Um, Hallways and stairwells and some of the signage that we continue to have displayed, bathrooms, lockers, and water fountains, what we're doing with them, and how things are also going to look inside the classroom this current school year. Um, we also are focusing and continue to focus on our counseling and mental health services. Lunch is going to look very differently this year. Dismissal procedures is also a topic, athletics, extracurricular. We'll talk a little bit about that. And they are running and clubs are active this year. Um, Somerset County VOTEC topic, and for our VOTEC students, and real-time and policy agreements, and of course, technology support that we do offer to all of our students and families. So let's get started here. So what you see here is our bell schedules. On the left side, you're going to see the first day of school. Now that bell schedule differs from the regular everyday bell schedule. So if you can just take a look at that, our students will spend more time in a homeroom on the very first day of school, which is September the 3rd, as opposed to starting in period one every other day that they are here. During homeroom, they'll get their locker information and maybe some announcements that we will have for them. But other than that, they will be following a traditional 9 period a day bell schedule, with our lunch periods being 5, 6, and 7. So before coming to school, we just ask our families to conduct a daily screening at home before sending your child, perhaps temperature checks, and to ensure that they have their mask with them. They will not be permitted to be in the building without a mask, so please make sure that they do leave the house with one. We also ask that if your child is exhibiting some symptoms, um, to contact our attendance office and do not send your child to school. The school nurse will definitely follow up with you once you contact the attendance office. But again, let's do our part here and please do not send your child to school if they are exhibiting any symptoms. So last year we started to identify specific doors for our grade levels. We had four different entrances for our four grade levels. This year we have narrowed it down to only two. So as you can see from this visual, our freshman and sophomore students will enter the building in the morning on the north entrance of the building on Davenport Street. Now, this is the area closest to the electronic school sign. Our seniors and juniors will enter on the south entrance on Davenport Street. That is catty corner to the senior parking lot. So every morning, um, those are the doors and grade levels that need to enter those specific doors. There will be a school security officer and or an administrator greeting our students at the door daily. The doors will not open until approximately 7:15 a.m. every day. So students will not be permitted to enter the building until approximately that time. So inside the hallways and common areas, we still have our signage located throughout the building. We have it on our stairwells, we have it in our common areas, and we will have it in our cafeteria as well. The stairwells this year are two directional. Last year we had them limited to either an up or a down stairwell. But this year we are opening them up to both ways. So we are asking all of our students to simply travel on the right side of the stairwells and the right side of the hallways. That should help keep everyone um, physically distant from each other. Just again, stay to your right. That's all we're asking. The arrows are there as visual clues, and that's all they serve as, visual clues. It's up to our students to follow those visual clues. Okay, lockers, water fountains, bathrooms, and hand sanitizers. Locker usage is permitted this year. Last year we did permit it as well. However, it was discouraged, and they really didn't get a lot of use last year. But this year, again, it is permitted. I simply ask that our students be mindful of the individuals to the left and to the right of them while they're at their locker and do their very best to remain physically distant to their friends using the lockers right next to them. Touchless water fountains. We recently had a bunch of water fountains installed throughout the building. Again, they are touchless, so students may bring a water bottle and simply refill that water bottle uh, at any one of those water fountain stations throughout the building. We continue to have our hand sanitizer stations located throughout the building as well. They are in the hallways and they are also located in every single classroom and office in the building. Bathroom usage will be monitored um, this school year as well to ensure that our bathrooms do not have too many students in them. So please, students, in order to go to the bathroom, you will need to scan your student ID or scan a QR code in your classroom. So Please do not forget your student ID. Make sure you take that with you to school every day. Get rid of that there. Okay. Inside the classroom. Well, our classroom design, as you can see here, we do have our hand sanitizer station still located in the classroom. Like I said before, it's on the wall over there. You can see in this photo. We also have buckets of wipes as well in every single classroom. The desks, each classroom will have their desk space 3 feet apart, side to side, and front to back in one direction, rows facing the front of the classroom. So, as far as our instructional delivery, teachers will engage the curriculum that reflects and conforms to the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. They will use a differentiated approach and provide accommodations and modifications where appropriate. As far as our grading and assessment, in the letter I did provide a link to our high school grading policy, so you can take a look at that. Um, this year, we are utilizing the Linkit diagnostic assessments in math and English, and they will occur 3 times this year. And that diagnostic assessment is really to just gain an understanding of student readiness and identify different needs and specific skills and concepts for our kids. So the first Linkit assessment in math and English will take place on September 30th and October 1st, and that would be in English and math. So, attendance, I also included a copy of the high school attendance policy. Attendance will be adhered to this year, in person attendance, and students are expected to be on time every day to school, and they are also expected to be on time for each instructional period and lunch as well. Okay. So, counseling and mental health related services. We, again, like I said in the opening, we are continuing to focus on the mental health needs of our student body. Um, we do have a counseling corner located on our website, and I did provide the link to that counseling corner in the letter as well. If you have any questions regarding our counseling services, whether it be with one of our school psychologists or student assistance counselor or our guidance counselors, please just give the counseling office a call. And I have the number on the screen right here. Okay, now it's time for lunch. Um, as I mentioned earlier, um, our lunch will look very different than it has looked in the past. Our food service provider is still Mascios, but due to the space restrictions in the cafeteria, this year only freshmen are required to remain on campus during their assigned lunch period. So all other grade levels, and that includes sophomores, have the option to leave campus for an open lunch. Now, this is the first time that our sophomores have been able to um, participate in open lunch in quite a few years, but due to the restrictions and limitations in space, we felt it necessary to allow them to do that this year. So, for our freshmen, again, they will have a closed lunch, but that means they must remain on campus. Now, our sophomores and juniors open lunch, and what that means is that they may either remain on campus if they choose to, that's fine, or they can also leave campus. But they must be back in time for their next period class. And coming back from open lunch, they will return um, using the gymnasium ramp doors. That's our point of entrance for those returning from open lunch. For our seniors, most of our seniors have what we call a senior lunch, and they must leave campus after their period 7 class. So those enrolled in option 2, however, we do have seniors enrolled in an option 2 program. They may leave after period 6. So we will have our tables set up in the cafeteria, of course, but we are also setting up tables outside in our courtyard um, for lunch. So the cafeteria, however, will have both the hot and the cold lunch options for our students, but we are also setting up a kiosk in our auditorium lobby, and that kiosk will have only a cold lunch option um, in that area. So, in terms of our indoor and outdoor seating, each table will have a QR code posted on it. And it'll also have a link to a lunch attendance form. And students who have a phone may simply scan the QR code for attendance purposes and for our contact tracing purposes as well, if we need to do that. So the QR code can be scanned for attendance, or students can simply log into a web address that will be provided to access the lunch attendance form that is required. Students, once they select a table, must remain at that table for the duration of the lunch period. Our students cannot go from table to table um, during their lunch period. And outdoor seating, as you can see here, it is on a first come, first serve basis. If you take a look at the letter, it goes a little bit more in detail about the lunch um, uh, process this year. So please take a look at that. All right, dismissal and leaving the campus. As in every year, we do encourage all of our students to exit the campus promptly, unless they have another commitment, such as an academic commitment or a club um, meeting, tutoring, or extra help with a teacher. They can all stay on campus for those reasons. Um, and at the end of the day, again, locker usage is permitted if our students need to go to their locker. But again, wearing a mask and adhering to all social distancing protocols is expected during the dismissal. All right, athletics and our extracurricular activities. So, our athletic programs and our extracurricular clubs are actively running this school year. And as always, I do encourage participation from all of our students. There is something for everyone here, so please get involved. Um, so, in terms of our athletics and our extracurricular clubs, please be advised that we will continue to take guidance from state and local officials. And in the event of any positive COVID cases, we will need to act accordingly um, on that. So, please be advised of that. Okay, Somerset County Vocational and Technical School. So, for all of our VOTEC students, we have two shared time shops. It's our A shop and our C shop. The bus will pick our students up at the north end of the building, over by the school sign, by the entrance doors for our freshmen and sophomores. That's where that bus, the VOTEC bus, will pick our students up at 7:25 a.m. Please be on time. It will return to the high school at approximately 10:05 a.m., and that will be period 4 for everybody. So you will be a little late into your period for class. That's okay. Our teachers understand that, but just try to get here as quickly as possible. You do need to enter through the side door by the school electronic sign. Now that's the health office doors where you will need to check in for attendance purposes. Mrs. Gagliardi, our health office secretary, will take your attendance, and then you will be on your way to your period 4 class. For our C shop students, your bus will leave at 11:50 in the same location as A shop students. So that's by the electronic sign um, on the north end of the building. And you will be at lunch at that particular time. So you will go to lunch for your periods for period 6, and then you will simply leave your lunch early to catch the bus. We do have teachers on duty, and they do know that you will be leaving early, so you can um, simply get up and walk to your bus stop. That bus then returns back to the high school at approximately, again, 2:15. And once the bus arrives at the high school, students may exit the bus and go on to their bus for transportation home. For our walkers, you may simply um, walk home after that. Right. Our real time is our student information system, and we use our real time system in the student and parent portals for our policy agreement form acknowledgments. So, in terms of media releases and acceptable use policies, those are required to be signed by you electronically. You should have done that already for all of our policies I have indicated here, like, such as media release and acceptable use. The student handbook agreement will be posted on September 1st, and we will need you to go in there and acknowledge that you have reviewed our student handbook, and that's going to be in the parent and student portal. So you will not be able to access the portal until you acknowledge that you have reviewed the student handbook, and that again posted on September the 1st. Any questions whatsoever about our real-time student information system? That information will come out of the guidance office. So please do not hesitate to give them a call at the number that I have indicated here on this slide. Technology and student Chromebooks. Every student should have a device by now. And again, our technology department is fantastic, and they are here to assist you in all of your needs. If at any time you need support or simply have a question, what I ask that you do is go over to our website to complete a ticket, and they will be with you in a very timely manner. The link to this incident IQ in order for you to submit a ticket is indicated on the letter. So the link is on the letter. Just simply click that and it'll take you right to the incident IQ so you can submit a ticket. All right, just a back to school graphic here. Um, So on day one, our day one and two, actually, our staff will be in for staff development. But your first day of school for students is Friday, the 3rd of September. On that day, you will report to homeroom. All students will report to homeroom on that day. Um, we are closed for Labor Day on the 6th and Rosh Hashanah on the 7th. So the next time we'll see you after your first day will be on the 8th of September. And on the 8th, you will then report to your period 1 class, not homeroom. Homeroom will come after period 1. Again, remember to bring your device and to wear your mask. Well, folks, that's all I have for you um, today. Wishing you a great end of the summer, and I look forward to having a great year um, with all of our students and families and staff. So enjoy the rest of the summer, and we'll see you soon. Take care.